Have you ever had a fortune cookie? That crisp, sweet, crescent-shaped wafer you have at Panda Express. That ritualistic post-meal experience after eating your favorite General Chow's chicken. That quiet thrill of cracking open a cookie to reveal a prophecy. Perhaps some wise advice. What if I told you none of that was Chinese? Fortune cookies originated from Japan, from a 19th century old Kyoto cracker called Tsujira Senbei. It was larger, darker, and similarly contained a fortune. Japanese immigrants were the ones who brought it to California and Hawaii, where it became the sweeter version we know today. But somehow, it became labeled as Chinese. Hello, I'm Sumika Aoshima, a high school sophomore student born and raised here in Japan. But also, I am ethnically Chinese and grew up in an international school where I was able to see similar things in different perspectives. Today, I would like you to re-examine the little things in life. If something just as small as a cookie can rewrite our culture, what else have we misunderstood? Join me on an anthropological food journey, looking at food. Because in anthropology, food is not just a flavor, but rather it's a geography on a plate, a story of migration, and a survival under pressure. Let's be honest. What comes to mind when I say Chinese food? More often than not, it is riddled with fast, cheap takeout. The soy sauce, the greasy stir fry, the everything MSG, and even now, restaurants seen as COVID-19 hotspots. Yet, this is far from reality. Authentic Chinese food is incredibly diverse, with fresh, seasonal ingredients and various cooking methods. So, how did this expansive food culture get so aggressively stereotyped? It begins with the story of the early Chinese immigrants to the US, where one region became the world's introduction to China. Picture this, 1849, California gold rush. With the pursuit of wealth and with the pursuit of escaping poverty, thousands of Chinese immigrants went to America seeking for opportunity. But they received something else. They felt discrimination. They saw unfamiliar food ingredients. And so they adapted. They made things and adjusted them to Western taste buds, making them more sweeter, more milder, and more accessible. That adaptation, that commercialization, soon became its definition. And not only did it stop in the US, but it traveled and spread across the world. From Europe to Africa to South America, you see the same styled menus, the same styled fonts, that same simplicity of Chinese food. But the thing is, China can never be one cuisine. Because even within the country itself, there's so many types of foods. It's so distinctly defined. 8 major culinary traditions, 56 ethnicities, and countless techniques, flavors from sweet to salty, sour to savory. Even within China, what we know as Chinese food is only a fraction of the story. But the thing is, this is not what we always see. And beyond that flavor, there's something even deeper. In China, food is connection. A famous quote reads, "Fashion is in Europe, living is in America, but eating is in China." We greet by saying, "Have you eaten?" 你吃了吗? Like an indirect "How are you?" I still remember, after not seeing my dad for 3 months, the first thing he said to me was, "What do you want to eat for lunch today?" Not one hello, not one I miss you, but a simple meal. Why? Because food is care, food is respect, and food is love. So it's frustrating seeing our love language be reduced to a mere cookie. But that cost of simplification doesn't stop there, but rather changes and shapes the entire culture. Let's be honest, what comes to mind when I say China? Growing up in Japan, despite the fact that I'm ethnically Chinese, I pictured my hometown to be like a scene from Manufactured Landscapes by Edward Bertinsky. Smog, factories, and mass production. But what if I show you this? Multi-ethnic, cosmopolitan, cyberpunk city. This is Wuhan, not New York, not Tokyo. But somehow, people only see this place as the birthplace of COVID-19. The thing is, China is also living in the future with smart cities and self-driving cars and mobile payments, now even with your palm. Innovation doesn't have to be where you expect them to be, but it can be so much more. And as we understand them, we create bonds and understanding. Take Japan, for instance. Despite past indifferences, Japan and the United States have gotten closer with relationships and mutual exchange and connection. Not just politically, but also in everyday life. The picture expanded. From that sushi, now it's become more different. People became curious, and that curiosity transformed perception. 75% of the Japanese people trust the United States, Americans, while only 7% trust China. So, the next time you open up a fortune cookie, don't just look and read what's inside, but rather question what's outside. Wonder what is going on. A simple question, now a journey. Let's together look beyond this fortune cookie and together build a future of collaboration, innovation, and connection. Thank you.